Howdy folks, Singing Toad here. Thank you very much for watching my video today, and I hope you're having an absolute remarkable day. Before we get into the topic of today's video, I just wanted to quickly say thank you for everyone, for your continued support, and sticking with me during this difficult time where I have, for those of you who don't know, I recently started a new job, and I've been working a lot, and it's left me with very little time for personal life and family life, and squeezing YouTube into there as well. Hopefully within a month or so it'll slow down a little bit and I'll have some more free time. I won't be working as much, but right now, while the hours are available, I'm taking them. As they say, make hay while the sun is shining. So I am definitely doing that. So again, just thank you very much for your support, folks. I know I'm not pumping out the content that you guys are used to seeing, but I really do appreciate you guys sticking with me and keeping the support going. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Alright, so we have a brand new Victorinox knife for me. Not brand new out on the market, but brand new for me. But this is a knife I've wanted for a while, and I just never got around to getting it, and I'm glad that I do. I made mention in a video, well, it's got to be close to a year ago now, that I am trying to buy knives on my list that I've kind of put on the shelf. Now, folks, I'm just going to say right now, I'm not recommending that you do that. That's just me. I'm personally doing that, okay? Don't spend money you don't have. Don't take food off your table, folks. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, what do we have here? We have the Farmer X, and I don't know how well the camera will show that, but that, I believe that's the model number, the 0.8271.26. But anyway, yeah, this is the Farmer X, and this is a Velox, or not Velox, sorry, an Alox model Swiss Army knife. And that's what that side of the box there looks like. That's the back side. And of course you have the model name there, the UPC, Swiss made, and all this good stuff. Now, in full disclosure, folks, I did purchase this knife with my own money. I actually bought this one from Amazon, and if memory serves me correctly, I think I paid $93.99, so $94 Canadian, plus taxes and shipping and handling. But anyway, $93.99 Canadian works out to something in U.S. currency, and I'll put that up there on the screen for my American viewers. And obviously, if you live outside of Canada or U.S., I'm sorry, you'll have to do your own conversion. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. And inside the box, just so you know, folks, it did come with some paperwork. Okay, now it doesn't want to come out of there. Come on, there we go. So the box is now empty, but it did come with some paperwork, and that's all mushed up because I very quickly shoved the knife back inside there. And there is some oil on it because this thing came caked full of oil. I've cleaned a lot of that out. You don't have to worry about it rusting on its way to you, that's for sure. But anyway, so this is the paperwork that came inside the box. Talks about how to use the can opener and a few other things, and then it talks about how to clean and maintenance the knife. So anyway, so that's that. But here we are. Here is the knife itself. And what a dandy little pocket knife this is by Victorinox. First of all, I'm going to say, like always, with every Victorinox knife I've ever owned, excellent quality out of the box, excellent fit and finish, no quality issues whatsoever. I really can never complain about that. Blade came razor sharp out of the box, fantastic. So we're just going to quickly go through the tool listing. So the very first one is the key ring. They consider that a tool. That's up to you. But let's go ahead here. So you have your standard opening layer. So you got your can opener, bottle opener, flathead screwdriver, all that, cap lifter, all that jazz. And then we're going to skip one tool. But then we have the scissors. And the Victorinox scissors are absolutely amazing, folks. And you can still kind of see, I don't know how well the camera will show, but you can still see a little bit of oil in there. This thing just came absolutely caked full of oil. I mean, it had oil pouring out of it. I'm not even joking. Like I took it out of the box and there was like drops of oil coming out of it. So this is by far the most oiliest knife I've ever gotten from Victorinox, which I guess is a good thing. And then of course you've got the main blade, the knife blade, and then of course on the blade you have it stamped. And I don't know how well the camera will show it, probably not worth a darn, but it does say Victorinox, Swiss made and stainless, and then nothing on the back side. And then you have the awl. Now the last tool in here that I wanted to talk about is right here, and that is the saw blade. So there we go. And this thing's an absolute fingerprint magnet because it still has traces of oil all over it. But so that's the very basic tool set. Of course, with the full springs on the back, you get no back tools, which, you know, just for quick mention, here's the Super Tinker. This is a Swiss Army knife that I carry every single day, and of course on the back side you got a Phillips driver, you have the all-purpose hook, and then you have the awl, and you know, a lot of the 3-layer and 4-layer and 2-layer, you know, in fact pretty much all of the Celador scale ones that are multiple layers will have back tools. Not all of them, but most of them do. The vast majority do. Where with the Alox ones you don't. Now this is my second Alox model. I do have the Pioneer X, which is another dandy one, and it is a 3-layer. I don't know how well you can see the difference between the Pioneer X and the Farmer X, but basically the major difference between these two is that the Pioneer X has everything that this guy has, but the Farmer has the saw, which, you know, the Victorinox Farmer has everything I just mentioned except for the scissors. So basically you have, if you can imagine, two versions of this knife. You have the 3-layer Pioneer X, which has the scissors, and then there's the 3-layer Farmer, which has the saw and not scissors. Well, the Farmer X has, of course, both. If I can get this out without cutting myself here. So there you have it. So if you like the saw and you like the scissors, get the Farmer X, because now you have all of the tools, or you have both those tools in one concise package. And the nice thing about the Alox model Swiss Army knives is that they are a little bit thinner than their counterparts, than the Celador counterparts, the plastic scaled ones. So I don't know how well you can see it, but this is a 3-layer Alox, and this is a 3-layer Celador model. But if I can show you here, I don't know how well you can see that on the camera there. Maybe if I can put it down on the table. I'm not sure if, I don't know how well you can see that. It's probably not very good, and I'm not really lining them up all that well. But anyway, this one is definitely thicker than this one by some margin. So even though this is a 4-layer, when you put it side by side with a 3-layer, it's about the same thickness. So you're really getting, you know, a 4-layer tool for the same thickness of a 3-layer standard Swiss Army knife. So it's kind of a benefit trade-off there. But the other thing too is that you just get a more robust, solid built knife. The Alox scales are solid aluminum. Now, I'm not sure if I can show you this all that well. Oh, that doesn't want to come. I just totally busted my nail again there. Let's see if I can get this to come out here. But I don't know how well you can see that. But if you can see right there, that's like a solid piece of aluminum slab scale there. Whereas on the standard Swiss Army knife, only the outer scale is made of plastic, but the inner scale is very thin aluminum. So when you look at the two side by side, you can see just, again, the focus on this camera is butt kiss. I apologize for that, folks. But the you know, the difference between the aluminum scale, you know, the inside scale here versus this guy, very different. Also, the thickness of the main blade. If I can get that to come out. If I pull out the main blade on a standard 93 model, you'll see how much bigger the blade is on the Alox model. It's both wider, and it's actually just a wee bit longer, but most importantly, it is thicker, significantly thicker. So you just get a much more robustly built tool here. You know, this is something that has very little that can go wrong with it. And definitely something that, you know, will last significantly longer than this one. I'm not saying this won't last very long, but, you know, the Celador plastic, they do over time break down, they deteriorate, they do become brittle, and they do chip and fall away. Good news is you can buy replacement scales. In fact, these blue scales aren't even the original ones for this knife. Those were bought off of Etsy. But you know, with the aluminum scales, you never have to worry about that. And if you drop this thing, you don't have to worry about the scales splintering off and shattering, which is nice. Plus, it does have this little back part here where you can engrave it with something. So anyway, at this point in time, I'm just going to do some quick size comparisons. So I'm going to pull the main blade out, put it down there, and I'm going to put some specs up on the screen at this point in time for those people who need to know the specs. But we're going to go ahead and compare it against the Case Sodbuster Jr., Spyderco PM2, and I'm going to have to do a fixed blade in there as well, so let's just slide that up there, and we have the Boker Bronco fixed blade. So just for some quick size comparisons. Alright, so what are the lies going to tell you about this thing? Well, long story short, folks, this is one that I wanted for a long time, and it's because it is an amalgamation of all the tools that I like in a Swiss Army knife and nothing more. This doesn't have any additional tools that I don't care for, and it's got the ones that matter to me. As someone who goes into the bush, hunting, fishing, camping, I like to have a wood saw, I like to have a pair of scissors, obviously I like to have a knife blade, and I like to have the other tools that are on it, and it doesn't have anything that it doesn't need, and it's very robustly built. So I'm very happy with this tool, this SAK, Swiss Army knife, whatever you want to call it. You guys tell me, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I want to know. Please tell me down in the comments, folks. I value your opinions and your feedback. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Take care, my friends. This is Singing Toad, signing out.